Good morning, everyone. This morning I wanted to share with you all an update on some of our interior renovations going on here at St. Paul's. Some folks have asked, when that is going to start, and I have been telling folks it already has, just kind of in hidden ways and ways that aren't always seen. So I'm going to share some information that I've shared with the Pastoral Council and at Finance Council and even at some of our masses, but not necessarily all at the same time because these updates have happened over the last 6 months since coming back from sabbatical. So I'm going to share some images with you of some things that maybe not everybody is aware of or knows has been going on here at the parish. The first thing to share with you all is that in about 5.5 months ago, we replaced our AC and HVAC system. And these are 4 units that you might have noticed sitting right outside the front of the church. They were officially installed about 5 months ago. And we put those units in to help our AC system because our AC, a couple of our units went out towards the end of summer last year. And we also had known for our renovation project that we needed to redo a lot of our units and ultimately go away from our boiler system, which was very inefficient and very costly therefore as well. So we installed all together, all at the same time, a new HVAC system, and we spent about $40,000 on that project. As you may recall, we budgeted about $50,000 for our interior renovations to go towards HVAC improvements. And so that's what those units are doing. Last year, towards the end of the summer, our AC system was not very effective. And especially as you sat towards the back of the church, it was pretty hot back there. This year, thankfully, we'll have a fully functioning AC system, and it's been working out great for us in this last month or so, especially as it's gotten warmer. And we had a much more efficient heating system throughout this past winter, so we didn't use any money on the boiler because our boiler system does not exist anymore. And so we're really grateful for that interior renovation and that improvement that was put together about 5 months ago. Another video or another image to share with you all is we have a few new pieces to our sound system. These are for the body packs that are the portable microphones used by the main celebrants and other guests. And then we have 2 new pieces. I don't even remember what these are called, frankly. I think one is maybe an amplifier. These are 2 major components of what will ultimately be a fully renovated sound system. Those pieces, as I mentioned, will be part of an entire renovation of our whole sound system, but we installed those kind of for a providential reason. We actually were struck by lightning about 2.5, 3 months ago, and that knocked out several pieces of electronics throughout the church, some of which were our sound system. So we've purchased these units from the person who has designed and is preparing ultimately to install a totally new system. But also kind of providentially, because of this lightning strike, we're actually covered by lightning strikes from our insurance. And so we have an insurance claim for various things that went out, our bell system and some of the internet. And we're also going to very likely recoup the costs of this purchase with this insurance claim. So I was really happy that, of course, that we didn't have a new system that itself got fried, but it was just our old components that were damaged by this lightning strike. And so now we have these 2 new components that's really helped out our sound system. We're really looking forward to getting the whole thing ultimately renovated all at the same time, but we do have a couple of these new components that have been installed. Another 2 images I want to show you all. This is actually, these are some renovated bathrooms. These are over in the Outreach Center, over where Catholic Charities is located. And we completely replaced the bathtubs and the handles to allow water to actually flow instead of like the brown or black water that was flowing from rusted pipes. And the toilet or the bathtub itself was heavily damaged, hadn't been used for about 10 years. We also, as you can tell, replaced the toilet and all the plumbing in the back of the wall of it as well. A lot of that plumbing was rusted and corroded, and valves that didn't work, and so that was replaced as well. And this is the second bathroom that was replaced, another one over in the ministry center. These are two interior renovations that we had always been planning on doing as part of the campaign. As you may recall, we budgeted $100,000 to renovate that interior space so that we could invite a group of sisters to come and participate in the work and ministry here on campus at St. Paul's and also at Catholic Charities. Ultimately, the decision to allow sisters to come will fall upon the Archbishop, but we have to get the space in a functioning well. And part of that, obviously, is to have bathrooms that don't have mold and weird things coming out of the faucets. So we replaced those two bathrooms, not only because we eventually need to do so before we invite the sisters to come, but also because occasionally Sister Shelley has had some folks who could really benefit from a shower that have come to Catholic Charities. And so we decided to invest some money. We invested about $4,000 in renovating those two bathrooms. And those bathrooms have already been put to use by some of the poor in our area. And so I'm really grateful for our parish being able to supply that opportunity for those who are in need right now, using funds that are directed ultimately towards hopefully getting some sisters to join us and support the work here on our campus. The last image that I have is our two just beautiful statues. These are bronze statues. They are original. You cannot buy them in a catalog. They came on a pallet because they're pretty heavy. And this is St. Paul. We have his big sword here, the sword of the Spirit, or the sword of the Word of God, and Peter with the keys of the kingdom of heaven right here. So those are both here on our campus. They were a lot heavier than they originally were estimated to be, and you can't know the exact weight until you build them because they're custom made, and it depends on the thickness and of the bronze that's used and the final details that the artist himself puts into it. So when they came here, they were heavier, and Universal Design, our architects, have decided they need to provide better reinforcements underneath the sanctuary where they will stand, because as you may recall, underneath our sanctuary is actually a basement. It's not, we're not sitting on a slab and then the ground. We have a whole entire floor of basement underneath with some offices. It's where the boiler used to be, or hot water boiler, and different things. So they need to provide better reinforcements, structural reinforcements for those two statues. And they also need to redesign the pedestals that the statues themselves will stand on. So we've had our structural engineer and architects here on the campus looking at that, designing that, providing input and design possibilities to our facilities committee. So really, really happy we've got these statues. They're going to be wonderful, even in cellophane, wrapped in cellophane. They look beautiful, but we want to make sure, most importantly, that the floor doesn't collapse when we put them up in the sanctuary. So people are doing a great job just being very thorough, looking things through. In terms of like, when will we actually move out of the church and begin pulling up the carpet and taking care of the terrazzo floor? We'll see. I think certainly in the coming months that will become much clearer. We've had meetings with our facilities committee conversations very frequently with the archdiocese and the head architect that's up there. And every day, every week, we're dealing with and moving the project forward. But there's just a lot of people to keep informed on the project, and a lot of moving pieces. So I'm really grateful for everyone's involved. If you ever have any questions, you can certainly ask folks on the facilities committee or pastoral council, and of course myself. Something that somebody's told me recently that I really appreciated. They said, when you're building something, you got 3 things that you care about, and you only get 2 of them. You can have good and fast and cheap. So you can get something that's good, and you get something that's done fast, but it's not going to be cheap. And you can get something that's done fast, and you get something that's done cheaply, but it's not going to be good. But what we have been working on and working towards here is trying to get something good, I wouldn't say cheaply, but at a very fair price. And what that means is, we got to be patient. You can't get it fast. You can't get it right away. And we're really grateful. I'm personally really grateful for the wonderful structure that we've inherited and the great renovation projects that have already been completed to provide us the space that we have to worship in right now. And in God's timing, we're going to have a fully renovated space, and it'll be beautiful. So I entrust this project once again to your prayers. Please pray for me, for all those who are working on the project, and may God bless you this day. Take care.